Hello. Thank you to Akimo Valley TV and PEG TV for the opportunity to introduce myself to the folks in the Ludlow, Mount Holly, and Shrewsbury area. And thank you to the viewers who watch. So here goes. As you can tell, I'm a newcomer to TV, so please excuse the nervousness. My name is Adrienne Raymond, and I am running for the Rutland-Windsor House seat in the Vermont legislature. I have served in my town of Shrewsbury's government in many ways in the past, lister, auditor, and as a 20-plus year member on multiple local school boards. I continue to serve as zoning administrator, animal control officer, and justice of the peace for Shrewsbury. I am a current member of the statewide Educators Healthcare Commission that is trying to control the ever-increasing health insurance costs that impact the education fund every year. I also serve as a guardian ad litem in our family court system, and I am a manager in my family's 4-home rental business. As you can tell, I am pretty busy. I believe that my background will be helpful in the legislature this year as they look at how we provide and pay for our education system, the lack of and high cost of housing, including our property taxes, and the general high cost of living in Vermont. My experience working for my town government gives me insight into how proposed legislation will actually work or not work for our towns. My experience as a parent and school board member gives me insight into what we can do to modernize how we provide the best for our kids while not bankrupting our local taxpayers. So if I'm elected, I will listen to all of my constituents, work to keep our elementary schools within our towns, work to provide childcare options at affordable costs for families, work to incentivize small-scale water and sewage systems to enable more households to live in our villages and small towns. My village of Cuttingsville is able to be far more flexible in how we work on or replace septic systems because we have a water system in our town. It would be great if more towns had that. Work to incentivize building of small-scale developments in our towns that both older homeowners and young families need. Work to incentivize building or build out of the upper stories of our small cities. Work to provide a revolving fund to repair and inhabit or re-inhabit the many vacant buildings in our state. Encourage further research into the effects of Airbnb on our towns, as well as the increasing corporate ownership of our rental stock. Work to encourage the transition of many of our older hotels and motels into becoming affordable transitional housing for the many homeless families and individuals who have lived in these buildings during the pandemic. Work to incentivize smart climate resiliency and flood-resistant building patterns. To be honest, I am not likely to be the writer of new legislation. It takes time to learn how things work in Montpelier, who to trust and who to work with. But I will study the financial burden to taxpayers before voting yes on the many well-intentioned proposals that come up every year. To close, I am a proudly liberal or socially liberal and fiscally careful person, and I promise that is how I will make decisions on what legislation to support. Please consider giving me your vote on or by November 5th, and thank you again for listening. For more information about me, you can go to my website, voteadrienneraymond.com. And that website contains a link to the FOLA form that you can also find on this television station from October 10th that includes both Mr. Winter and myself answering voter questions. And thank you.